哦耶！各位现场的朋友们，让我听到你们的声音。Are you ready？ 好的，欢迎我们的优尼兽以及最性感全联盟排名第1的啦啦队 Formosa Sexy， 以及我 DJ 阿奇来陪伴各位，带领大家今天一起来迎接我们主场的第2胜。昨天呢，有来到现场的朋友跟我们一同见证了昨天我们2021年第1场的主场首胜。要延续昨天的气势，相信你们跟我们一样都等待了很久，把我们的激情发泄在今天下午的球场中，我们一起来帮台新梦想家来加油。我们昨天有新增了一个口号，昨天的朋友们呢表现得很好，希望今天你们来到现场的所有的球迷朋友也来跟我们一起做这个口号呢。如果你有关心到我们台新梦想家的 YouTube 频道，里面呢有我们总教练 Julius 非常喜欢的一个摔跤选手的这个加油的画面，他叫 Ric Flair， 所以待会我们只要听到说给我2个掌声加 Ric Flair， 你们就要呜的一声告诉我们 OK。好，昨天呢现场的朋友们表现得很好，现在要来看你们今天的球场。我会讲英文的 ，Give me a 2 clap and Ric Flair， 你们就拍2下手掌，给我一个呜的声音 ，OK 吗？我们现在来培养默契的时候，相信你们都已经准备好了，跟着我们的啦啦队一起来做。这个所有下面专业的球迷朋友，最炸、最凶猛的主场就在台新梦想家的主场。你们是最专业的球迷朋友，联盟排名第1的，所以来展现一下你们的默契。Give me a 2 clap and Ric Flair。耶，就是这样，再大声一点。1000个人做很大声，2000个人做更大声，这会变成我们今天也是之后最有凶猛的一个口号之一，也会变成我们的传统。再来一次 ，Give me a 2 clap and Ric Flair。耶，我们不定时的会来跟大家做这个口号。来，传统的口号，我说梦想家，你们说加油，最大声的2声就好，梦想家，梦想家。好，我们今天要 keep 住这个热情，你们是最佳第6人，你们的噪音、你们的声音都能够帮助我们球队有更好的表现。谢谢 Formosa Sexy 以及优尼兽，我们也给他们热烈的掌声，欢迎他们，谢谢。感谢各位现场的球迷朋友来到我们的主场来欣赏精彩的比赛。台新梦想家身为主场经营的元老球队，并在今年疫情的情况之下，持续有很多的赞助厂商以及合作伙伴的加入。冠名伙伴台新银行跟着我们一同并肩作战。感谢各位球迷的热烈支持以外，我们要感谢一直以来支持台湾篮球、支持台新梦想家的合作伙伴们。待会我们来一一唱名。首先，谢谢我们的指导单位教育部体育署、彰化县政府、中华民国篮球协会，也要谢谢以下的赞助伙伴：台新银行、海硕集团、博君资本、台旭、橘子集团、文心建设、曼代马莲、一方水果茶、泰山企业、TT 盐、iQueens、秀传医疗体系、朝日堂、汉草训练、Nike、犀牛顿以及 Hyper Ice， 谢谢以上所有的单位来跟我们一起梦想家。
感谢你们站在前线，让我们都能好好生活。
谢谢你们守护大家的健康，你们也要好好照顾自己。
所有的医护人员辛苦了，你们也要保重自己。
感谢第一线的医护人员，你们的坚持，有你们真好。
谢谢你们站在前线，让我们都能好好生活。
感谢医护人员的坚持，有你们真好。
感谢医护人员的坚持，辛苦你们了。
谢谢你们站在最前线，医护人员加油！
在这边想要谢谢所有的医护人员，有你们辛苦的付出，我们才可以在这边继续的打球。谢谢你们，
谢谢你们站在前线，让大家能好好生活。
感谢你们守护大家的健康，你们也要哦。
I want to thank all the medical doctors and nurses for keeping us safe during this time. We appreciate you. Keep going. 加油！
Alright， 谢谢最辣、最动感、最有活力的 Formosa Sexy 带来精彩的开场表演 ，Thank you。要来欢迎做客的台北富邦勇士球员们进场，0号赖廷恩。 1号林书伟，8号周桂宇，13号林梦璇，14号蔡文成，21号曾祥军。 23号石伯恩，台北富邦勇士先发球员2号简伟如，3号张宗宪，17号 Michael Singlery，Number 32 32号 Igola Siser，76号曾文鼎。 台北富邦勇士总教练 Head Coach 许晋哲，助理教练吴永仁、江志正、林伟浩、魏维。福尔摩沙台新梦想家本季重新出发，准备让梦想家人们耳目一新，超越无限，梦想不灭。
很开心今天大家都在，那我跟大家讲个事情。 其实平常我们自己是不会提起这2个字的。回头是一定找不到的啊。
看到的可能不一样，但我们目标一样。
磊哥，今年有设定什么目标吗？
没有啦，这没什么好说的，说出来就不准。我们都用做的。
Push
今天都在这里，我们都是梦想家。
本周梦想家加油的主题日，我们邀请到来自彰化在地的陆东国小篮球队。彰化与梦想家一直是密不可分的一家人，对于深耕在地篮球运动也不遗余力。希望这些小朋友们能够像梦想家的大哥哥们一样永不放弃，也希望各位球迷朋友们能够把掌声送给他们，以及最热烈掌声欢迎我们的球员。接下来，让我们欢迎台新梦想家的球员们以及陆东国小的小球员们入场。And now, first player number 0， 0号，出生之犊不畏虎，优质射手陈胜杰。Number 10， 10号，强攻禁区，无所畏惧，梦想坦克王柏芝。Number 11， 11号，纵横全场，飙速跑坑，赛德克勇士林俊熙。Number 13， 13号，新生代的高炮塔，2楼投篮火枪兵潘杰龙。Number 18， 18号，冲锋陷阵，攻守兼备，强力大锁杨世业。Number 23， 23号，台美混血双人后卫谢克宁。Number 13， 30号，一出手就准备命中3分球的代名词吴松伟。And now starting 5， 先发 Number 2， 2号，篮球场就是他的课堂，塔克老师 Anthony Tucker。Number 6， 6号，梦想进化的核心，阿美族战士杨志明。Number 17， 17号，能飞善扣，席卷全场，进攻暴徒 Steven Hicks。Number 24， 24号，体能劲爆，拼劲满点，篮板狂人 Rondo Walker。26， 26号。人工散手，升级版的台湾魔兽李德文。梦想家队总教练 Head Coach Care Julius， 助理教练 Assistant Coach 刘文和赖柏林。好，我们先请梦想家的球员们以及小朋友面向跳球区来进行一张合照。请看前方，先来进行一张合照，谢谢。请向中间靠拢。好，我们也为这个温馨的时刻留下合影，请看前方。好，谢谢，谢谢，请我们的同学们先行回座，来，待会帮我们加油。双方球员场中握手致意，本场比赛待会即将开始。谢谢我们的小球员，感谢。请双方球员可以回到场上进行最后暖身，同时也介绍我们今天3位的执法裁判。赖建忠老师、王立昌老师以及尤浩平老师。 好的，现场的球迷朋友，让我们的梦想家的球迷们听到大家的呐喊声，加油一下！梦想家，梦想家！好，现场的球迷朋友们，我们总教练朱利厄斯已经出来了。刚刚在一开始跟大家教的新的口号，我们展现一下我们的专业度以及我们的默契，给我们的教练看一下。Give me the 2 cap and red flare。再大声，再整齐一次。Give me the 2 cap and red flare。耶！最专业的球迷朋友是其他场地学不来的，感谢你们大家持续来帮我们台新梦想家，待会的比赛每一个进球、每一个呐喊声都可以喊出来，感谢。
趟过那野生的血红，落无巨魔，漫天炮火，谁不会我在爆磨炼成修罗？手抱歉，求你跪眼空，怕玩你嘴角破空，这一圈圈所有的诅咒，我刹住不用。你不够硬，斗不过阎罗，亲爱的炸弹，你炸不死我。我看对镜中有颗不越熄灭的火种，亲爱的炸弹，你炸不死我。全民开炮，开炮 ，Let me hear it。痛快引爆，引爆 ，Let me hear it go。全民开炮，开炮 ，Let me hear it。痛快引爆，引爆。手持大神功，人人当英雄。戴着道义的面具，记住攻心你仇恨。你看我不顺眼，哇！到底何时举个供水犯你太岁？煞气这样重，诋毁别人来试验你的心魔，还没改观你就先各种往各种人道猥琐。首先先每个黑的排名不分先后左右，吞下炸弹才能更强悍我的体魄。越斗越狠，漫天炮弹，炸不死我，才爆出成铁罗汉。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. Sunday of Week 7 here in the Plus League, back in Zhanghua, home of the Formosa Taishin Dreamers. They notched their first win in their house with yesterday's 103-92 victory over the Hsinchu Jiekou Lioneers. One of the 4 teams in the Plus League, the Dreamers were the first in 2017 to take on the challenge of establishing a home arena. Since then, Zhanghua County Stadium has been that venerated place. Today's matchup is between the Taipei Fubon Braves against those home Dreamers. It's game 20 of the 48-game regular season 2020-2021. Checking out the standings, no change in the positioning after last night's 2 games. But the Braves started another winning streak, bringing their win total to 9. The Pilots still in second place thanks to their 4-0 record against the Dreamers, who have a 3-0 record against the last place Lioneers. Hello everyone, I'm Ryan Chen along with Coach Ben on the Mandarin side, Quaker and Coach Afan on hand again to bring you the Mandarin commentary. Hey Ben, how's the weather outside?
Oh, it's a beautiful day outside. Unfortunately, we got to be in here watching a great basketball game.
We'll make it outside soon enough. For today's matchup, we'll have an interesting look back to all the way back to opening game where the two teams matched up in a close contest. But since then, a lot has happened. Most recently, both teams kind of building up their own win streaks.
Yeah, the Dreamers right now off of a little momentum, 2 wins in a row. The Braves obviously still solidly in first place in the Plus League. So today is going to be a good test for these Dreamers to see if they can build on these last couple wins.
Talk about what makes the Dreamers go. Point guard Anthony Tucker led the way last night with 39 points, including 3 steals in the fourth quarter. He was excellent.
Yeah, Tucker had a dominant performance yesterday. Lioneers threw every defender they could think of at him. He didn't feel him at all, just having a dominant performance.
He said so the same in the post-game press conference. In his matchups against the various teams in the league, against the Braves in particular, they do a much better job defending him, only allowing 16 points per game in the 2 matchups, shooting 26%. Against the 2 other opponents, Professor Tucker averages 32 on 46% shooting.
Yeah, we're going to see throughout this game that the Braves have a lot of different defenders they can throw at Anthony Tucker. They obviously know that he's the heart of this Dreamers team. They're going to be able to switch a lot, do a lot of traps on the pick and rolls just to try and slow him down.
The Dreamers had 4 other players score in double digits, including Amigos 27, Jaron Young 16, and Derek's 12. Coach, each of those guys has the trust of head coach Kyle Julius to compete and produce on the floor.
Yeah, Coach Julius has been expanding his rotation throughout the course of the season after seeing what these guys can do on the court. Obviously, Derek, the local big, being able to handle all these import bigs, and then they got a couple of good contributions off the bench yesterday. They're slowly coming into form.
On the screen right now is the graphic of the bench scoring. The Taipei Fubon Braves lead the pack 35.1 points per game off their bench, and the Dreamers down at the bottom with just 15. Braves play a deep bench, and they also rotate a lot of guys in for a long stretches of times as well.
Yeah, so we see right there today, Beast off for today because of age, but they have a lot of players that they can bring off the bench and still contribute. That's something where these Dreamers are still trying to figure out their roles.
Starting lineups for the Braves from left to right: Jet, Zhang Dongxian, Louis Jianwei-Lu, Singletary, Sun Wenbing is in the starting lineup, along with Ihor Zaisev, number 32 on the far right. He'll start at center. For the Dreamers, from left to right, Amigo Yang Qiming, Anthony Tucker, number 2. Randall Walker will get the start, number 24. Li Dowei will be the center, and then Stephen Hicks will get the start and be in the Dreamers rotation. For in the Plus League, you can register 3 import players and register 2 per game to suit up.
Yeah, so we can see both teams on a second game of a back-to-back making some changes in their lineups, both switching their imports, with Stephen Hicks and Michael Singletary getting to see some action here on this Sunday afternoon.
The Braves, on the other hand, are a machine that keeps showing their dominance over their opponents. Last night, they set a team season high of 14 made 3-pointers, thanks to the hot shooting guard Joseph Lin. He was 7 for 7 from beyond the arc, leading the team with 27 points. It's been a while since Joe had such an outstanding performance.
Yeah, he's struggled a little bit to start out this season, and the Braves have struggled from beyond the 3-point line. But last night, when they hit threes like that, they're a tough team to defend.
He didn't start the game, but ended up playing more minutes than the 2 starting guards. Coach, that's just how Roger Jinzuk likes to ride it with a hot hand.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, Ryan. They just have so much talent off the bench. They can afford to kind of see who's playing well and just let them have all the minutes. Something that these Dreamers don't have the luxury of.
After the ceremonial opening tip, we'll get ready with the official opening tip. Everything's all set, everybody in place. And off we go. So Wendy collects the, shall we say, loose ball on the tip-off. Jets almost in, matched up right away by the rookie, Randall Walko, 22 years old, getting his first start. From outside, that's a made 3 for the Braves.
Yeah, great start for the Braves with that Spain pick and roll, having their shooter set that back screen wide open. Good look from the top of the key.
Now, interesting to take a look at the Braves playing with 2 centers to start the game. There's Derek with a corner mid-range 2. So the Braves will have 2 centers in the game. Yesterday, their big challenge was facing up against Hashim Tafi as Zaisev knocks down another 3.
That's the luxury that Coach Roger has with these Braves. You mentioned 2 centers in the lineup. Both centers able to step out behind the 3-point line and make those shots.
Tucker from the top terminates his dribble to find Walco in the corner. He'll get it to Amigo. With space, takes a shot in front of Zhou Ding. Long-time teammates in Team Chinese Taipei gets a 3 back.
And that's one of those matchups we're going to have to watch. Offensively, the Braves, no problem with 2 bigs. Defensively, there's going to be a mismatch on the floor.
Lewis down to Singletary down low. Nobody tracking him. And an easy 2 points. A lot of good motion, a lot of good flow, and Nate buckets to start off this Sunday afternoon matchup. Tucker gets it over to Derek, swinging it to Walco. They're setting something up. With Hicks in the corner, he'll take the 3 off iron. One of the key pieces for the Braves is the performance of Zhang Shin, who makes his first shot. A 3-pointer to stretch the lead out to 11-5, and that'll be a quick timeout for the Dreamers. They want to talk it over as the opening has gone in the Braves' favor. Help us reach a wider audience. Hit the thumbs up so our stream can be discovered by other basketball lovers like you. Thank you for watching and supporting Plus League on YouTube. Quick timeout by Coach Kyle Julius, and making it change right away, Kenny Chen. Right now standing right in front of us. He's in the game.
Yeah, 2nd game in a row with an early timeout for Coach Julius. Had a nice effect yesterday. We'll see what kind of effect it has today.
Amigo starting the offense with Zaisev on him. Swinging to Derek, who's got an opening. Shot is just off. Braves still with their starters. Singletary in the corner. Screen for Lewis. He takes another one. Another one goes down.
Yeah, great back screen right there, set by number 76, Zhou Ding, to free up Lewis for another 3 at the top of the key.
Steven Hicks drops it, but gets it back to Kenny. Attacking the middle, now passing to Derek. He'll shoot the mid-range and rattle it in.
And Derek bailing him out at the end of the shot clock. Nice job by the big man.
14-7, lead for the Braves. Going through the middle and called for the offensive foul. Zhou Ding crashing into Steven Hicks.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's not the first time we've seen Zhou Ding with the elbows flying everywhere. This time, Steven Hicks getting the worst of that shot.
Zhou Ding not as nimble as he used to be. He was a star world of Team Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, but his elbows are known to be very, very nimble. Again, getting right in the game. We can see earlier on that play trying to get some body contact with Amigo. Later in the possession, on that drive, going right at Steven Hicks.
Because there was contact to the face, the officials want to check out the video monitor to assess the penalty.
Yeah, this is something that the league has really taken a good tough job with this year. Obviously taking care of player safety. We've seen some fines after the fact from the league, just trying to make sure that everybody's playing basketball out here.
And in the end, it is the first disqualification foul in Plus League history belonging to Chen Wending. I have not seen that hand signal until just now.
Yeah, but that's definitely the right decision. We can see right here, not a basketball play, just going right at his face. That's going to come with a fine later, too.
First disqualification league history coming in game 20 of 48.
Yeah, definitely no place in basketball for plays like that.
With that, Chen Wending will have to make his way to the visitors' locker room. Can't be around the bench anymore. You know, see a lot of fouls out, maybe a few times you get some unsportsmanlike fouls plus technicals combination for disqualification, but for the first time, a direct ejection.
Yeah, now the challenge for these Braves is going to be that bench. Obviously, they got a lot of players who can come in off the bench. We'll see if there's somebody's able to step in Chen Wending's absence.
Not too many centers for their active roster. They'll start off with number 13, Li Mengxue, to replace Chen Wending. Yeah, Stephen Hicks' first free throw missed.
Yeah, Mengxue obviously been with these Braves for a long time, very comfortable with what they're trying to run. I'm sure he's very familiar with the game plan. So it shouldn't be an issue with him coming in less than 3 minutes into the game.
The Braves are larger position by position than the Dreamers, but they like to get running. They're the fastest paced team, and it helps that they're also the best defensive team, holding teams to just 39% from the field. Migo driving the middle. A lot of resistance. He misses the layup. Just like that, the Braves push it ahead. Ihor Zaisev working on Lee Dowei Derek. That's a matchup that the Braves like. Pick and roll, Jet with Zaisev. Loose with the basketball, he'll have to find a teammate. There's Mengxue down low. Easy 2 points.
That's something where Stephen Hicks just has to pull over from the weak side. You're doing that trap, you got to be aggressive there, not trying to rotate, instead trying to steal that pass.
That's also a signature of the Braves, the highest percentage 2-point shooting team, as Stephen Hicks a little too hard with a shot. Chen with the floater. So thanks to their interior play and their fast breaks, they shoot 51% from 2-point range. Coach, this team has got a lot of guys, like we said, but they all want to play the same way. High pace, high intensity.
Exactly. This team's been together for a while, other than a couple guys they added this offseason. Their core's been together for 4 or 5 years, so they're very familiar with how they want to play, both in the half court and in the fast break.
Foul on the floor, that'll be the first for the Dreamers. Yesterday it was a big free throw match between the Lioneers and the Dreamers. There's Singletary putting back his own missed shot.
Yeah, we saw Mike getting back to himself last weekend with a couple solid performances. Once again there, just showing off his strength, being able to finish through contact.
Through the middle is Tucker, he'll give it up to Amigo, who slashes the three. Talk about signatures, that's the Dreamers. They shoot 40 3-point shots a game. That leads the league almost by 10. The rest of the team's hanging around 30 shots per game. Zaisev repositioning. Down low now, charging through the middle. Lefty shot is good.
Nice left-handed running hook there from the big man. It's going to be interesting to see how long they're going to let him go one-on-one.
What worked really well for the Dreamers yesterday was sending their wings to intercept passes on the interior. There's Amigo, fouled on the shot, he'll go to the line.
Again, that's the mismatch that these Dreamers are going to have to attack. Earlier it was number 76 defending their smalls. This time number 13, Li Mengxue, defending the bigs out, or defending the smalls out on the perimeter. Tough challenge for him.
Amigo at the line. For taking more than 100 shots, his effective field goal range ranks at the top at 55.5%.
Yeah, Amigo, after losing a lot of weight this past offseason, is really done a great job in the role Coach Julius has for him this season. And him, Tucker, and Jaron Young being one of those 3 musketeers.
A free throw brings the score total for the Dreamers up to 15. Amico had 30 points in the opening game against these Braves. He's only second to Zhang Zhongshin's 34 points. Zaisev down low, foul and one. Stephen Hicks defending.
But again, that's a defensive mismatch right there by the Dreamers. Stephen Hicks probably has to come in and take that role as opposed to one of those smaller guys. You see Amigo talking to him, trying to communicate. Hicks a little late on the rotation, giving Big Z the opportunity for a 3-point play.
At the line is Zaisev. Missing the and one opportunity. Tucker will get things going. Amigo, a lot of pressure. They'll get it back to Tucker. Directing screen. Derek with a lot of room through the middle. Off-footed layup. Missing. To get the basketball back and retains control. Stephen Hicks through the middle. Flying in for the easy 2.
Yeah, great hustle there by Derek Lee. But that play initially just created by Anthony Tucker. Putting 2 on the ball. Lets Derek have a nice opportunity for a roll to basket.
Jet through the middle. Actually fouled on the drive. Also had a spill on the other side. The second chance, especially when the center can pull out the other center.
Yeah, Derek with that loose ball, nice pass to the trailing Stephen Hicks. I'm sure our viewers across the world remember how to say that in Chinese, that little lock-on move by Hicks.
Zaisev back and forth handoff with Singletary. He'll take the mid-range and flush it down. Seven-point lead for the Braves. Migo on the line. Rims out.
Yeah, tough shot over the extended defense of Mike Singletary right there.
Another 3 by Lewis. Jianwei Lu. That makes him 3 for 3. Leading the field with 9 points.
And that's something these Braves love to see. We talked earlier about how their 2-point field goal percentage is best in the league, but they've struggled a little bit from beyond the arc. Lewis with 3 threes here in the first quarter is obviously going to help that a little bit.
Earlier in his career, he was kind of billed as a spot-up shooter, but now we see it in the Plus League. He's added to his arsenal. Some mid-range moves, a little bit more involved with the pick-and-roll action.
Yeah, Lewis has always been a very talented scorer. Before in his career, like you said, he was pegged as just a spot shooter. But over these past few years of development, we can see he still has that spot shooting ability, but then that playmaking ability and that ability to shoot from mid-range, something he's worked really hard on these past few years.
The Braves do run a lot of sets and small group action. Interesting to see them be very intentional about getting Lewis open. With his help, the Braves are 11 for 12 from the field.
And that's why we've seen Coach Julius call these 2 early timeouts. Less than 7 minutes into the game, he's already used both of those timeouts to try and get his team to play some defense. Obviously on that possession, right out of transition, nobody defending the ball. Lewis just walking straight up into a dribble-up 3-pointer. Not something that any coach can.
Both teams average close to the same amount of points, whether they're on the road and at home. The Braves, 3 points less. The Dreamers, this is only their 4th game, average 90 on the season. Still developing that home court advantage for all the 4 teams. Maybe the Braves and the Dreamers are a little bit more experienced at it, playing the ABL and having a little bit more history.
Yeah, we've seen in all these games, especially this weekend, this home crowd has come out. Again, big crowd here today to see this big matchup with the Braves.
Let's see what adjustments they make. Same 5 for the Dreamers, same 5 for the Braves, as we last checked in. Amigo tried to get Singletary, can't get the foul. On the other end, Singletary with a foul. Missed at the rim.
But once again, we can see the Braves just trying to do everything they can to take Anthony Tucker out of the game. Throwing 2 on the ball. Anthony Tucker making the right basketball play. Unfortunately, Amigo not able to finish on the weak side.
We always talk about how the Dreamers are a team that wants to play small. That was the case in the preseason in the warm-ups where they had a lot of smaller guards. But now they've got Randy Walker in the game, number 24, and Kenneth Chen, number 23, taking up a lot more rotation minutes there. Maybe you're getting more wing heavy.
Randy, after the early substitution in the first quarter, back in the game. We'll see if he used that time on the bench to figure out what coach wants from him.
Tucker, through contact, offensive foul. Might it be Derek fighting for positioning? And that is the call, number 26, with the offensive foul. Somebody who's really good at those clear out blocks is Pong Pong. Number 30 would be Pilot.
And that's something where if Derek just puts his hands up like he's acting, he's going to get the pass. The ref probably doesn't make that call.
Damo Shin with Kenny guarding. Zaisev slowly making his way to the left side. Tough shot over Derek.
We saw him with that left-hand baby hook earlier in the game. This time going to the fadeaway. Showing the full arsenal today.
Braves already mentioned they're the dominant team in the league. They've already scored 31 points in this opening quarter. To the hoop, Kenny receives the bump and still finishes.
You can see Big Z raising his hand right after that score, knowing that that one was on him.
Singletary working his way to the corner. Zaisev. Kenny underneath. He'll get it out to Zhang Dongxin. Right with the shot.
Again, nice rotation from the weak side, forcing the pass out. Jet not able to make the 3.
They'll try Hicks on Li Mengxue. Now they'll go out to Walko up top. Bouncing short. Guarding Singletary. Walko helps out and Hicks with the steal.
Yeah, great active hands right there on the weak side. Getting in the pass lane, getting the steal.
To the corner, Hicks is still looking for a shot, and he floats it right over Li Mengxue.
The Dreamers are going to need more of that. On that pass possession, he was willing to pass the ball out to Randy Walko for the 3. That time being more aggressive. Easy little jump shot for 2 points.
In just 2 games of action, Stephen Hicks averages 4 steals. Well, that would lead the league if he would qualify. Throwing it to nobody is probably the first mistake by Jian Weilu.
Yeah, after talking so much good stuff about him earlier, makes the foolish turnover there. Got to come back and get a stop now.
Tucker hands it off to Stephen Hicks. To Derek, not all day in the world, missing the 3-point shot. Seems pretty intentional as Singletary goes to the rim and rattles it in.
Yeah, but once again, the Braves in the fast break so dangerous. Singletary able to get to Derek's body and finish with that contact.
Walko from the left side this time. Rims out. Just bad luck for the Dreamers. They've seen a lot of open up shots.
Yeah, these Braves are sucking it way in the paint. Daring anybody other than Anthony Tucker to shoot from distance. Not being able to make them so far.
2 guys come to the other, and Zaisev finds the crease and gets the foul.
Yeah, but that's what these Braves do defensively. They're going to pack the paint, not give you anything early, and force you to make jump shots, adjust from there. With this first quarter, Dreamers not being able to hit from distance, leads to them being down by 12.
Specifically, they're only 2 for 8 from 3-point range. That'll be Derek's second foul. He'll get subbed out for on to the Tank, and Joseph Lin will make his way to the floor as well.
Yeah, Tank struggled a little bit last night in limited action. We'll see how he does against Big Z.
The percentage of scoring for the 4 teams, the Dreamers the highest at 50%. The Braves are at the lowest.
And that just shows how deep these Braves are. And they don't need to rely as much on the imports, whereas the Dreamers need to have big games from Anthony Tucker to be competitive in some of these games.
Another missed 3. Now Jet goes to the hoop. through contact. No good. Here comes Anthony Tucker on the much smaller Joseph Lin. Finding space in the corner. Can he get it? No. Singletary with Formosa right around him. Now Singletary will fire. Joseph Lin collecting the long rebound. Down to Zaisev, very deep positioning. He throws it. Save from the turnovers. Joseph Lin still looking for an opening. Down to Singletary. Nice find and nice finish.
And that's the exact same cut we saw from Singletary earlier in the first quarter. And that's something that weak side's got to be more aware of.
Closing in on 40 points are the Braves. Now Kenny get the foul. Joseph Lin defending.
Yeah, Joe bailing him out there at the end with the swipe of the ball. Did a good job being physical, forcing a tough shot. See there, swiping down at the ball, swiping into his face.
They're close to the same height. Joseph Lin listed at 6 feet tall and Kenny 6'1", but the difference of, I'm gonna do the quick math here, 86 kilograms to 69 kilograms. Works out to 17. Big difference.
Yeah, for all of Joe's fans watching from the States, how many is that in pounds?
17 times 2.2. We're looking at, is that 40 pounds? That doesn't seem right.
Early math lesson today for all of our fans at home.
I hope to bring you some Mandarin lessons. Ling Su Wei is one character off from another famous Ling Su Hao. Is that a name you recognize, Coach?
Yeah, he's somebody getting ready for that G League bubble right now.
We're talking about Jeremy Lin, Joseph's brother. Scramble for the basketball. Kenny finally picks it up. Numbers for the Dreamers. They'll get it to Aji in for the first time. He shot a little strong. Just like that. The Braves will go down the other way, and there's Winston with the layup on the other side.
That's
Beauty.
what they do. They just capitalize on any of these long misses. Dreamers not able to get back in transition. Easy reverse for Winston.
The first of the smaller guards for Carl Julius and the Dreamers to make his way to the floor. He'll throw it back to Hicks. His long-range shot, too long. Kenny with a rebound and buys the foul down low. That's Taiwan Chen.
Yeah, we can see Coach Julius going deeper into his rotation today. Number 11, the rookie, not getting in the court at all yesterday, but here, off of his three-point miss, the Braves getting out early. Winston with a nice little English on the finish.
Getting around Randy, who's shown off his athleticism. Aji from the corner right in front of us, still off the mark. They'll slow it down. About a 3-second difference between first quarter game clock and the shot clock. Braves looking to cross the 40-point mark. Dreamers hanging around at 23. Pick and roll with Zaisev. He flips it out to Singletary, running out of time. 3, 2, from 3, got it!
Yeah, and that's just tough. Good job defending the initial action, helping on Big Z's roll, but one-on-one, tough to defend Mike Singletary. Hits the 3 at the end of the first quarter to get the Braves 42 points.
19-point lead as the Braves close out the first quarter. Still rolling strong. We'll be going to a break and back with more Plus League action.
有你送，你丢荧幕这边的哦，荧幕这边我来丢这边的，找个上面的朋友们好了，好不好？好，接到小球的，待会来记录台的后方找工作人员带一位同伴来玩朝日堂的中场游戏。另外呢，大家等一下可以来看我们的大荧幕，我们有一个 Dreamer Can 松位的一个手势，照到你的朋友可以一样比一个OK，比个 OK。 好，跟着我们的现场的荧幕来一起做。弟弟相当可爱，来，这位美女就是你。我们呢看一下，转头看一下荧幕，如果有看到大荧幕的，记得来比一下。好，非常可爱的弟弟。好，来一起。来，现场的朋友们，感谢你们持续来比松卫 KM Dreamer K。黑哥来比一个吧，黑哥，谢谢黑哥。好，弟弟很可爱。
Back here in Changhua, where the fans participating in the big monitor, the on-screen hand signal for Wu Songwei all the way. We're thinking about all of our fans out there around the world. Stay safe from the pandemic when you wear your face mask and follow the protocols set by your local health officials. Hopefully, if you're in the area, you can enjoy Plus League basketball here on the island. Coach, the Dreamers were successful yesterday against Hashim to beat. Contested at the rim and out of bounds off of the Braves.
Yeah, the Lioneers with obviously a limited roster, not able to punish the Dreamers or people other than Hashim to beat. Right here with Big Z, a willing passer, much tougher challenge for the Dreamers today.
That's the Walko. He's got to step on Winston, but Jack Zheng is there. There's a foul committed on the shot.
Yeah, this is something we rarely see. The Dreamers playing without Anthony Tucker. Yesterday playing the full 48 minutes. Today, Coach Julius giving him an early rest here in the second quarter. Let's see if the Dreamers can make a little bit of a run.
Yang Zhen Xiangjun doesn't typically start for the Braves, but has made a name for himself and has actually generated Rookie of the Year buzz over a fellow rookie, Oscar Galguohao, who has started all the games he's played in.
Yeah, Zheng Xiangjun, he's done a great job in this Braves system. Obviously knowing his role, doing exactly what the coaching staff needs him to do, even in limited minutes. He's shown he's been a very valuable part of this Braves rotation.
With a head of steam, Joseph too strong with the floater. Dreamers trying to get some pace of their own going. Driving kick to Kenneth. He's blocked at the rim. That's Jack, averaging 1.3 blocks a game. That's the top 5 in the Plus League. Foul at the rim. That's Li Mengxue, who goes by Ray.
Yeah, but that's where these Dreamers just got to get back on the shot. You can't wait till they get the rebound. You can see right here, Jack's block sparks the Braves' fast break. Mengxue able to get to the line for 2 shots.
Might have to double check the footage. It looked like Joseph Lin got his hand on the basketball too.
We call that one a steal, and then Jack with the block. And
Ray showed on the free throw.
Yeah, we'll just pretend like we didn't see that.
You know, interesting, the Dreamers have put their cheerleaders behind the visiting, well, I guess their hoop that the visitors shoot on. Another missed free throw. A blemish on the Braves shooting record.
It's probably about the only thing they haven't done well this far.
Only 4 for 7 from the free throw line. And Migo with a high arcer rattles it in. Migo with 8 points, leading the way for the Dreamers, down big. Singletary, easy steal for Amigo, with Tank in front of him, but wings on the other side. It's Achi through the middle, will get it to Tank. His mid-range shot, way over everything. Braves will throw it ahead. Joseph Lin, no one trailing him. Left-handed layup is in.
We won't see it in the box score, but Mengxue running straight to the corner, opening out that lane for Joseph Lin for the easy layup.
Just because you want to get fast break points doesn't mean you go to the hoop all the time. There's a loose ball that Walko collects. He's got a step on Winston. Finding Hicks from the wing. Good rotation, Braves. Tough shot, everything difficult for them.
but you said it, Ryan. Just a great defensive possession there. Helping out their teammates. Winston getting blown by. Nice switch on the weak side to help out. Unfortunately, we see them with a turnover again on the offensive end.
Thrown out of bounds. Timeout for the Braves. You want to kind of get things sorted out.
Yeah, getting a little sloppy here in the second quarter. Thanks for the early timeout from the Braves.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be back after a break. Get the P.LEAGUE, the commemorative publication with features on your favorite Plus League players and coaches. Pre-order now on books.com.tw, Temping, that's a sleep, or the league site, pleagueofficial.com/shop. If you buy from the league shop, you'll have a chance to get a signed poster by one of those players. Some of the fans in the stands perhaps less than impressed with the Dreamers so far.
Yeah, the Dreamers still showing a little bit of life here in the second quarter, outscoring the Braves 5-2. And this is something we rarely see from the Dreamers with two locals at the 1 and 2.
Hicks backing down Ray. Aji will call for a screen. Yang Sun-Jin will try it from deep, and Tank will get the offensive board. Amigo cutting through. Finger roll is in.
You can see that's something that the Braves need to prevent. With really only Amigo and Hicks as scoring threats on the court, can't let him get those easy layups.
Quick foul by Amigo on the steal attempt. Frustrated with himself.
Yeah, we saw earlier the Braves putting a lot of attention on Anthony Tucker. Now that attention should be put on Amigo, keeping him from scoring.
Yang Jin-mi leads the Dreamers, now 13 points. Joseph trying to get a step over Haji, bounces it in.
Yeah, Haji trying to be physical with Joseph Lin, but the slider frame Joseph Lin able to finish through contact.
Getting a little bit of trouble, Yang Sun-Yin will drive and kick. Hicks, physical, shoots the bank shot off the target. That physical play leading to a foul. Number 11, Ling Juji.
The same thing we saw yesterday. After a couple early timeouts, the Dreamers started being much more physical defensively. There, the rookie getting a little too much contact for the refs.
Out of Jinsing Technical University. Take a seat on the bench. The flurry of substitutions. Roger getting in Jet and Zaitsev back in. Michael Singletary and Jack will take a seat.
Yeah, we'll see the Twin Towers, Tank and Derek, in for the Dreamers today. See if they can stop Big Z from scoring.
So Derek shadowing Ray and gets the rebound. Jet noted for getting Anthony Tucker as his defensive assignment. The Braves switch it up a lot, but against the Dreamers, they go with man-to-man defense, trying to mark up the shooters. Amigo, another splash down.
Yeah, Amigo just taking the scoring load here for the Dreamers in the second quarter. Nice job to cut it within 15.
From the corner is Jed, rattles it home. And as he often does, says hello to the home fans here in Changhua. He played for the Dreamers last year. Easy steal for Joe Lin. with a couple guys down for the Dreamers, finds Ray for the layup.
But once again, we see the Braves just putting so much attention on Anthony Tucker. These other teammates got to help make themselves available for those passes because he's going to get trapped on every one of these pick and rolls.
Already with 50 points, 51 points to be specific. Way over the head of Derek. A little bit too much mustard on that one.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Amigo taking him out of the play, making other people be scorers. That's what the Braves need to do.
Winston with all day. He'll be short.
Sometimes he has all day for a reason.
Probably a better mid-range shooter than the deep shooter. Ty Winston. They call him the foreign import player, well, the domestic import player, I should say. 本土洋将. Swing it over to Yang Sen-yen. Dribbling left, tough shot. Joseph might have had his second block of the game, and that'll end up being a shot clock violation on the Dreamers.
Another great defensive possession by the Braves. Just taking Tucker completely out of this game here today.
After a quick break, Sunshine Dreams back in the game, and the first quarter hero, Lewis, is in as well. Braves, maybe not so accurate, are still 20 for 28. Shot from the corner is short. A little bit of law of averages might have been at work there.
Yeah, I think that we just call it lucky. Dreamers with a little miscommunication. Lewis Chen with a wide open three-pointer, just not able to hit it.
Number 13, Jonah Morrison's in the game as well for the Dreamers.
And this is where some of the Dreamers' other players got to step up. They're going to have lots of opportunities. Again, with Tucker getting taken out of this game, they're going to need somebody to help on the scoring end.
Tough corner shot from Derek, leads to Zhang Dongxin. This shot right to Zaisev, early foul by Derek, hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah, you said it, Ryan, that early foul. No need for that from Derek. Probably not going to poke the ball away. That time you're just putting your team in a tough spot with your third foul.
Maybe not playing with two centers, but Jonah Morrison sometimes played the 5, and so does Wang Bozi, especially matched up against Zaisev. They find him down low. That time the ball gets away. Sen-yen to Amigo. He'll shoot the quick shot, in and out.
Yeah, the Dreamers have done a much better job with that pick and roll later here in the second quarter. Unfortunately, still struggling on the offensive end.
Now showing off their 2-1-2 with Amigo in the middle. Jack, a little space, hot off the glass and rattling it in.
And that's where that 3 fouls on Derek comes to an effect. We're not able to really challenge that shot from the local. Jack, easy 2 points.
Handoff action leads to pick and roll. Amigo fouled on the reach.
Yeah, but we can see the Braves putting a lot more attention on Amigo after that little scoring flurry, keeping him out of the scoring column.
Predictably, Anthony Tucker receiving a lot of the defensive attention. He's only taken 2 shots. Right now talking over close to the Dreamers bench. Amigo with his free throw, short.
Yeah, Ryan, I think this may be the first time that Anthony Tucker's gone this far in a game with 0 points. Impressive defensive performance by the Braves.
Yeah, it's one thing to lead to a lot of misses, but it's another to avoid taking shots at all.
Well, and that's their game plan. Obviously just showing 2 on any of those ball screens until he gives it up. They know that Anthony Tucker gets going off of 1 shot, so they're not even given the opportunity to shoot.
Well, Wu Sungwei and Chen Zhenjie are the 2 Dreamers who have yet to see any court time, but maybe Kyle Julius needs to try out everybody. Shot from the corner, tipping it around the rebound. Amigo comes away with it. Call him Amigo for the name coming from his Aboriginal tribe, the Ame. To the corner, there's Amigo again, off the mark. Lewis will fling it ahead. Trying to get a little fancy there. Zhang Dongxin. Out of bounds off of the Braves. Speaking of fancy passes by Lewis, in Taoyuan, try to fling a no-looker from half court up ahead to a teammate. A little bit off the target. Thankfully, there was a foul that led to free throws. Zaitsev from deep, short. Jonah Morrison collects. Here's Anthony Tucker coaxing the foul. That time Zhang Zongxian.
T right here. Big Z stepping up on the left side. Jet not able to force him into the help defense, getting called for that foul. A little miscommunication there from the two Braves.
Talk about the fouling being an aspect of it. There's 14 fouls for the Dreamers, just 3 for the Braves. Just about 4 minutes left in the first half.
And that's where having Big Z behind you makes these guys a lot better defenders. Again, they know that as we see Amigo slip in for the offensive rebound, but with Big Z there, you know you can just let him go and hand him off to your teammates. You don't have to be as aggressive on that front line.
Trying desperately to hang on in this game. Down by 18. Zaitsev working his way through the middle, called for steps. Kind of a break for the Dreamers.
This is a much bigger challenge for these Dreamers. Again, yesterday Hashim Thabit not as mobile in the post. Big Z not just willing to be fronted, able to get to those positions. There, after getting the ball with a little creative footwork, getting caught by the refs, a little travel.
The referees in the Plus League have talked often about how you can't jump with one foot and land on the same foot. That's a travel violation. The Braves call a timeout. You want to get refocused again. The two vulnerable areas, if you look at their season totals, was their turnovers and three-point shooting. But now they aren't the last place team in those two categories. Coach Ben, after the loss to the Lioneers, the Braves just look better and better as they go.
Yeah, we've seen this being a very veteran team. They're really good at making those adjustments. We typically see them having very dominant third quarters. This time, after an adjustment for against the Lioneers, they've come back and been their dominant selves in these past few games, all on the road.
Amigo taking on the Braves, seemingly on his own. He leads the field with 18 points now. On the other side, Michael Singletary has 15. Ihor Zaitsev has 11. Here's Amigo, 6 of 10 shooting. If you do the math, that's a 60% field goal percentage.
But that's where Amigo's going to need some help. With the Braves taking Tucker out of the game, Amigo's 18 is more than half of the points for the Dreamers. One of these local players is going to have to step up and help out.
Sitting courtside, right next to us, is actually Xiao Le, one of the artists for the league's theme song, All the Way. Hey, what do you know? Woo Sung Wei is right in front of him. You think they worked that out ahead of time?
Nice catch, Ryan.
Woo Sung Wei's favorite spot is the left corner. That's where he's set up right now, but Anthony Tucker will take a shot. Stephen Hicks with the mid-range off the offensive rebound.
Well, we can see right away, this is the first time that Kyle Julius has switched up the strategy a little bit. Knowing that the Braves are going to put 2 on every one of Anthony Tucker's pick and rolls, that time using him off the ball, able to get some daylight, just not able to make the shot.
Stephen Hicks, not a natural big man, slipped by Zhang Zongxian. He'll recover. And Ray will go to the hoop, missing with the left hand. Jet will try again, this time a jump shot instead of his typical set shot off the mark. Now Anthony Tucker without the basketball, underneath the hoop. As the action's the other way, Woo Sung Wei. Little strong, out of bounds off of Jonah.
Coach Julius just trying to find a spark somewhere off this bench. If you can cut into this lead before halftime, go into that break with a little momentum, be great for the Dreamers' morale.
Stephen Hicks would lead the team in rebounding, 12 a game. He only has 2 games played, so we'll double check with our Plus League media guide about the qualifications. There's another rebound. Working off of Ray. To the hoop, through contact, over the top.
Oh, we've seen Hicks be a very willing competitor here on this side. Loves to get that body contact and finish through it.
Singletary pushed out far by Jonah Morrison. Got two hands on him, and that's a foul. There's a replay of Hicks' power move out of Cal State Northridge. Previously played in the G League, the Fort Wayne Mad Ants. Like I said, not naturally a big man, but he's willing to get his head in there and go for the rebounds both ends of the floor.
Yeah, with this undersized Dreamers roster, he's going to be playing the 4, the 5 sometimes. Obviously, he's a very skilled scorer, can do it inside and out, and willing to get in there on the defensive boards and help out.
Taking on a lot of the scoring load for the Braves. Michael Singletary with 17 already, 6 for 8 from the field, 4 for 4 from the line. Hicks again with Zaisev guarding this time. Missing off the backboard. The Dreamers get it back though. Amigo swings it to Hicks and rolls it in.
Again, second chance points here for the Dreamers, being able to cut into this lead. Something that Coach Roger probably is not a big fan of.
Just like that, closing in the gap. Zaisev, 2 defenders on him. Swinging to Lewis. His push shot, no good. His follow-up is.
That's what we talked about. The Dreamers need to do something like that. Big Z being trapped, Lewis flashing to the ball, creating a good outlet, able to create a scoring opportunity.
Tucker will pull up. He'll be off the mark.
Yeah. Probably the first time Tucker's seen daylight out of these pick and rolls. Just not able to hit the shot.
Singletary with space down low. Jonah closing it. Still banks it home.
You just see him continue to find that space on the short corner. This time, being able to get on the right side of the rim. Great job just finding space.
Warning on the delay of game. But Singletary staying strong. One of the physically strongest import players in the league. Hicks will shoot from the left wing. No good. Braves lowing it down. Trying to cross the 60 mark before we head to the half.
Yeah, deflating last couple minutes for the Dreamers. Had a chance to cut it within 10. Now they're looking at allowing 60 to the Braves in the first half.
Donald Chen with Jonah Morrison guarding, losing it, but getting it back. Shoots off to the right. Now the Dreamers with a chance to go all the way from the right side. In and out. Frustrated fans here will see their team down by 17 heading into the halftime break.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what kind of adjustments the Dreamers make at halftime. Anthony Tucker getting shut out in the first half. Something that they're gonna have to figure out going forward.
Only 5 Dreamers have scored, spreading out a little bit more for the Braves.
感谢你们站在前线，让我们都能好好生活。
谢谢你们守护大家的健康，你们也要好好照顾自己。
所有的医护人员辛苦了，你们也要保重自己。
感谢第一线的医护人员，你们的坚持，有你们真好。
谢谢你们站在前线，让我们都能好好生活。
感谢医护人员的坚持，有你们真好。
感谢医护人员的坚持，辛苦你们了。
谢谢你们站在最前线，医护人员加油！
在这边想要谢谢所有的医护人员，有你们辛苦的付出，我们才可以在这边继续的打球。谢谢你们，
谢谢你们站在前线，让大家能好好生活。
感谢你们守护大家的健康，你们也要。
I want to thank all the medical doctors and nurses for keeping us safe during this time. We appreciate you. Keep going. 加油。
，48699672，48699672，48699672的球迷朋友，如果你是幸运的得主，麻烦您到记录台的后方找工作人员。经理再抽一个。好，另外一位08909602，08909602，08909602，以上2位经理抽出来的朋友们，请到我们这边的记录台找工作人员。好，我再唱名2次，再一次提醒大家：08909602，08909602，以及486999672，486999672。好，如果待会没有的话，我们会继续的抽下去。已经有一位了哦，已经有一位，还有一位在哪里？让我们知道，挥手一下。没有吗？没有的话，我们要请到经理继续抽出下一位喽。好，我们再抽一位哦，再抽一位，来，经理，大家赶快把手中的票根拿出来看一下，这个号码是00244-148，00244-148，有没有？朋友们，手上的票根价值5000块，适合全家大小一起去享用朝日堂的烧肉。00244148，00244148。好，谢谢我们的经理，旁边稍后片刻一下，待会我们要找这位的球迷来跟一起合照以及颁奖。也谢谢Formosa Stacy 中场的陪伴，感谢。同时，我们现在要来邀请的是刚刚小球的球迷朋友，来玩这场游戏，G20的合作的这场游戏。来，用一送，给到我们的中间，稍微的相当可爱。
Halftime here, our opportunity to remind you to get more Plus League content by liking our Facebook page, P.LEAGUE with a plus symbol, Instagram, P.LEAGUE.official, and follow us on Twitter at P_League_EN. There's our colleagues Mark, Huika, and Jeff Japan. Over here on the English side, I'm Ryan Chen along with Coach Ben Metcalf. Checking out the first half statistics, Ben, the biggest thing that stands out is really the field goal percentage, just completely lopsided.
Yeah, these Braves are doing a great job of taking away Anthony Tucker. A lot of locals having opportunities to score, but again, just not being able to hit shots.
You know, part of the Plus League scheduling is Saturday and Sunday games, and both teams showing a decent amount of energy. A total of 13 offensive rebounds out there to grab, leading to easy putbacks or long transitions the other way.
Yeah, that's one of the only ways that the Dreamers have stayed in this game. Little flurry there in the second quarter, getting some second chance points, able to cut into the lead. Unfortunately, the Braves at the end of the second quarter still able to pull ahead, leading now by 17.
A big point for the Dreamers is they've already taken 23 three-point attempts, only hitting 4. That's only good for 17%. If they double that, they'd be, well, a lot closer, quite frankly. Already committing 11 fouls to the 7 for the Braves. Maybe trying anything they can to slow them down.
Yeah, this is where the coaching staff is going to have a big test. And right now, I'm sure they're debating how to come out of this halftime break and get Anthony Tucker going. It's going to be a long second half if he can't score like he did in the first half.
More halftime analysis after this. Back here with the halftime statistics in the first. Braves 52-42 over the Formosa Taishin Dreamers. Talked about the shooting percentage. Braves, of course, with a lot more rebounds, just frankly because there's a lot more Dreamers misses out there. They've also assisted on 13. The Dreamers only have 6 assists so far. And the turnover is still under control for the Braves. Of course, you got to remember, they're playing with such a fast pace.
Yeah, that's really the only thing that the Braves did not do well in that first half. Again, we know that they sometimes get a little sloppy with the ball. 8 turnovers there in the first half, leading to some Dreamers points.
Back with more after this. The biggest storyline coming into the game, well, actually through the first few minutes of the game, was Chen with his disqualification foul. In Taiwan, we just simply call it a D. But after that, and since then, it's been all Braves with the 7-point lead heading into the second half. Any suggestions, Coach, for the Dreamers?
Well, I think we saw a little bit towards the end of the second quarter, Coach Julius put Anthony Tucker off the ball. He wasn't able to hit the 3, but finally able to get a good look at the basket. We'll see if they start going with that strategy a little bit more, seeing as the Braves just not letting him get any space on any of these pick and rolls that he likes to run.
Michael Singletary, 19 points to lead the Braves. Zaisev and Lewis with 11 apiece. On the other side for the Dreamers, Amigo Yang Qiming with 18. Stephen Hicks with 12. Kenny Chen with 6. Derek with 4. And Randall Walker with 2.
Yeah, I think this is probably the first time we haven't seen Anthony Tucker on that scoring leader list for the Dreamers.
The one downside of the Dreamers' good performance yesterday was all their other players, besides the 4 we mentioned before, a combined 2 for 14 for just 19 points. They'll be needed to make a comeback here. It's not all bad. Randall Walker had 5 rebounds, Jona with 4, and Kenny Chen yesterday was plus 10 in 29 minutes.
And that's something that Coach Julius has been trying out this whole season, knowing that he needs other people to have contributions off the bench other than their imports. He's giving guys opportunities. They're just going to have to step up and take advantage of these opportunities.
More Amigo. His game really evolving through all the years he's been playing, well, shall we say, adult level basketball here in Taiwan and the mainland with the CBA. Really adopting a 3-point shot as a crucial element to his game. That dribble drive has always been there.
Yeah, Amigo loves playing against these Fubon Braves. Probably a lot of his national team teammates on the other end gets him pumped up, but he's had some of his best games this season against them. Once again, with 18 points in the first half, nice performance, but he's going to have somebody else step up if these Dreamers have a chance to get back in this game.
You know, interestingly enough, we always say that the Braves like to play all 12 guys they register, but so far, Lai Ting-en, Zhou Guoyu haven't made their way on the floor. We'll keep track of that and many other interesting factoids of the Plus League basketball. 3 minutes away from the second half getting started again. new commissioner for the Chinese Professional Baseball League, the CPBL, on hand to take in a Plus League game. Our most recent behind-the-scenes video, Liemong Mangsima got in the outside broadcasting truck, the OB, to introduce the team behind the production of Plus League broadcasts. You can find that and more on our YouTube page. Search P.LEAGUE. If you're watching already, you'll know where to find it. A healthy crowd in Changhua. They haven't had a home game since opening weekend. That was back in December 19th and 20th. Back then it was also Coach Ben and I, our first time broadcasting together, right, Coach?
Yeah, and how far we've come since then, Ryan. Good times for everybody. Hopefully good times for our fans at home, too.
Part of the in-house entertainment is setting up sweet boxes on the north end of the floor here in Changhua Stadium.
Yeah, unfortunately not much for our local fans here in Changhua to cheer for after that first half. They're gonna have to climb back into this game one possession at a time.
We had a fun promotion yesterday selling Professor Tucker t-shirts. Professor Tucker, Anthony Tucker, rewarding the fans with a 39-point performance yesterday. It's not impossible to get it here, but this is a long way to go.
Yeah, Professor Tucker not having a good day in the classroom so far. Still stuck on 0 points. We'll see if he can get going early here in this third quarter.
Checking out his statistical line, he does have 2 assists, but that also comes with 1 turnover and 2 personal fouls. The Dreamer in foul trouble is Li Dewei with 3. He'll start on Ling Mengxue. At the Braves will get started. Zhang Dongxuan, little song to floater. Zaisev poking it to a teammate.
You see the Braves going with the same set they started the game with, and the same result, a made 3 for these Braves.
Amigo with the interesting disappearing defensive strategy. So you talked yesterday about playing defense without your hands. I don't think that's what you meant.
No, a lot of what Amigo does defensively is not what a coach would want.
Hicks still playing strong, but blocked at the rim. Out of bounds off of Zaisev with a 2-handed block.
And Big Z again in the middle, just such a good defensive force. Able to just stay straight up after giving the offensive rebound back to Stephen Hicks. All ball there on that block.
Reaching a little bit, but Stephen Hicks was falling backwards. Tucker, throw to Derek down low. He'll overshoot. Hicks, too late. Shot clock violation.
But again, we see off that out of bounds set play, Tucker being able to get some space and some speed off of that pin down. Derek not able to make the shots, but looks like the Dreamers are onto something here in the second half.
In this sense, Coach Cal Julius a little bit conventional, having his starters start the second half. On the other side for the Braves, Jian Weilu, Ling Mengxue, Yuri Zaisev, and Jet Zhang Dongxuan, along with Michael Singletary, of course. Singletary with 21 points. On the other side of the action, Zhang Dongxuan. Out to Zaisev. He hits.
Once again, after a great defensive possession by Z, able to step out in the corner 3, something you rarely see for a 7-footer.
Amigo looking off a shot. Stephen Hicks. Crossover, pull up. Yes. Lewis will counter. Money.
Well, that's something that these Dreamers are just shooting themselves in the foot. Again, after a made shot, you come down, give up a wide open 3 in transition. It's not going to be able to cut back into this game at that rate.
Bouncing it, Zaisev will get another rebound. Singletary down low to Mengxue. Blocked at the rim by Derek. Tucker will shoot a transition shot and be short. Still playing with good pace are the Braves.
Yeah, these Braves, doesn't matter if they're down by 20 or up by 20. They're not going to slow down for anybody.
Zhang Dongxuan strong to the hoop, but a lot of resistance he misses.
Yeah, another great defensive possession by Derek down in the post.
They'll feed it to him. A lot better off of that block, but passing it to Walko. Driving, high up, finish. A little too strong off the back iron.
Seen these Dreamers get opportunities, just not able to finish through contact.
Singletary coaxing the foul on Lee Dowei. That's his 4th.
That's something that these Dreamers do not want to see, especially in transition. These guards got to come back and help their big man. This should be Derek stopping the ball in transition.
Instead, putting his hands low, vulnerable to a foul.
That's where, again, he's helping his teammates out. He's had a couple nice possessions after his teammates got blown by, helping in the post, but they're in transition. You can't expect your big to stop the ball.
Michael Singletary to the line, averaging 83% and improving on that. First one goes down.
You almost jinxed him there, Ryan.
I almost did. I wouldn't want that to happen. But sadly, wouldn't be the first time either. 2 for 2, bringing the point total to 69 for the Taipei Fubon Braves. Walko working with the Jonah Morrison screen and flies in the air and comes down with it. Travel violation.
Again, we see Big Z just by being there affecting those shots. Jonah trying to seal him in the paint. Big Z just getting up tall. Randy Walker with the turnover. Rough game for the rookie so far.
That'll cost them. He'll head to the bench. Braves have Lewis fire and miss. Kenny to Jonah Morrison from the top. Wet.
Immediate contribution coming off the bench from the Dragon.
His first points of the afternoon. Dyser. Stephen Hicks on him. Move it to the middle. Foul before the shot. It'll be a foul before the shot. Just like that, the Dreamers, 2 team fouls, none for the Braves. In the dangerous territory you and I don't like to see. With a few switches. Pick and roll for Singletary. He'll be way short, get his own long rebound. Zysep down low, a foot in the paint. He'll retreat it to Lewis. Trying to coax the foul. Tucker can't. Missed shot. Scramble for the basketball. Singletary still there for the 2 points.
Once again, Singletary showing a knack for finding space under the basket with a nice little putback there.
Even with a down Dreamer occupying a lot of the floor. Good of Singletary. Going to work early. This time Anthony Tucker coaxes the offensive foul.
Well, after flopping the possession before, Anthony Tucker able to trick the refs into that charge.
A huge response for Xu Jingze.
Well, he was watching the game. He saw Anthony Tucker flop on the earlier drive. That time, knowing that he was going to flop, anticipated it. Unfortunately, the ref had a different opinion.
You know, you would think that if he doesn't get it the first time, wouldn't want to risk it the second time. The league has talked about how to prevent flopping and fake falls. Tucker to Hicks. Still trying to hard-nose his way inside. Gets it to Kenny. Rolls out. Hicks there again and high for the 2-point putback.
We've said it all game. Hicks doing a good job on the boards, both offensively and defensively.
He has 16 points, 3 offensive rebounds. Side step all the way to the house.
And that's the problem with no bigs out there in the paint. Zaitsev getting the early possession in transition, nobody to help there.
Let's see how the Dreamers spawn Hicks from the outside. Terminates his dribble. He'll go to Amigo on the other side. His dribble and step back, short. Goes to the hoop. Will get caught in the air, lead to a turnover. Goofy sequence there. Now Hicks from the left corner.
And this is something we see the Braves do, get a little sloppy offensively, some stupid turnovers leading to points for the opportunities for the opponent.
2 for 6 from three-point range is Stephen Hicks. Jet with an early shot, a lot of guys down. Zaitsev with a reverse layup.
Yeah, we see these Dreamers being active defensively, trying to get in front of all these drives. Not a lot of space there in the Braves, but still able to convert.
Jordan Morrison will try another three, well short. On the other end, Lewis off the mark. Still good pace in the game. That's probably important for the Dreamers, but they turn it over. 2-on-1 opportunity. Jet to the hoop, lays it in. Jordan Morrison with a little bit of contact on his way up there.
Yeah, picking up with a pace here. We know that that's going to be an advantage for the Braves in this game.
Driving the pass. Now Hicks with Ray on him, called for the foul. Can't hit the floater.
Yeah, Anthony Tucker struggling in this game. Stephen Hicks taking the scoring load upon his own shoulders. Nice game so far.
With that, it'll be our first timeout of the second half. We'll get our chance to take a break. Back with more Plus League action. The player leading the scoring for the field is Michael Singletary, number 17, 25 points in all. Coach checking out his game-by-game records. He's slowly but surely made his way to better play on the court.
Yeah, and I think the key right there, as you said, it's slowly but surely. Obviously coming into this Braves system, he struggled a little bit to find out his place in the offense. But after last weekend's performance, obviously working with their other imports and their locals, he's definitely found his place, and he's doing a great job just being himself.
Knowing that he had time to get back into form, probably saving himself for now, the Braves also have Charles Garcia, a very productive player in his own right. He's not registered for the game, but he averages the highest in scoring, top 5 in the league at 23 per game. The next best guy is Jet Zhang with 17. Garcia also leads them rebounding 14.7. The Braves just have it all, including their import players.
Yeah, and in talking to Chuck recently, he's been with this Braves team for 3 or 4 seasons, so he's very familiar with their system. Last year, the Braves had O.J. Mayo on the roster, and obviously the Braves' playing style is a little different than what O.J. Mayo is used to. Charles took a lot of time to kind of get him to adjust and teach him how to fit in. He said the same thing's happening this season with Mike. Again, both unbelievable individual players, but with the way that the Braves play, they have to change their style a little bit. He's obviously doing a great job today.
We say that, but Michael Singletary leads the Braves in assists per game, 4.6 is top 5 in the league as well. The next best guy is Beast, Lin Zijie, 4.3 per game. He's resting, sitting this one out, the veteran, 38 years young, shall we say. Jet fouled, cutting through the middle.
Yeah, these Braves do a good job against these zone looks, regardless if it's zone or standing zone going to man. Jet just flashing middle, able to get the ball against the smaller defender, getting 2 shots at the line.
You're not physically that much smaller. Is Tank Wang Bozi.
There's not many people who Tank is smaller than.
At the line, Zhang Dongxian. 9 points, trying to make it 10. And he does so. No broadcaster jinx. Wombold's first foul. 3 team fouls for the Dreamers. Helping out with a pick. Kenny all the way to the hoop. Look what I found, but blows the layup. Taking a whole turn around the cylinder and coming out.
We've seen these Braves lose a little focus defensively against people other than Anthony Tucker. We've seen on these pick and rolls, regardless of whether it's Amigo or Kenny Chen, being able to get to the rim, just not being able to finish on that possession.
Only one import in right now. Woo Sung Wei left with a shot.
Yeah, nice set out of that baseline, out of bounds. Wide open shot, just not able to capitalize.
Mismatch. Singletary goes straight to the hoop. They go to him, but he misses. A lot of Dreamers in the area.
And that's something he's going to know. He's going to have to figure out. These Taiwanese refs, when they see that the team's up by 20-some, they're not going to give those borderline calls.
A little bit of collision called on Stephen Hicks. Lost the basketball, and the Braves would have had a fast break opportunity.
Yeah, that's going to be Hicks's 3rd foul.
I believe the kids call this a struggle bus. The Dreamers down by 15. Really challenging my math in the teens. Oh, is that 25? Well, of course, I can't do it in the 20s then. You know what, maybe this would be easier if we did the math in Mandarin. Share down low.
Do our Chinese lesson at the same time.
Achi finding room down the middle, now passing out to Hicks. He'll just put it up, rattle it home.
He's shown ability to score from inside, outside, and mid-range. Again, scoring at 3 levels. Nice job by Stephen Hicks. Not a nice job there by Tank, unable to stop the left-handed drive by Zaitsev.
That seems like the right counter for Zaitsev against the Tank. Probably there to keep Zaitsev off the block. They're vulnerable to penetration. Pump faking, now getting it to Kenny. The Tank blows the reverse layup.
And these are the shots that the Dreamers just need to make if they're going to want to have any chance in this game. They can't be missing these layups.
Big mismatch. Whoever's guarding Michael Singletary this time, Woo Sung Wei pokes that out of bounds. Zaitsev from the top, not looking to attack, but it gives it to Singletary. Through contact, knocks it in. That's a top end.
But again, Singletary just finding bodies, finishing through that contact.
Waiting for a teammate to get open. There's Woo Sung Wei looking off the shot. Very tentative are the Dreamers. With a crazy turnaround, Achi get bailed out by Tank. Gets Joseph in the air, he puts it up. Still bad luck for the Dreamers. Is it their home court?
Not a great possession there. Ball sticking on one side in the same guy's hands. Not something that the coaching staff needs.
Miss means another rebound for Stephen Hicks. As a game high, as a Dreamers high 15, the game high belongs to Yura Zaitsev. 17 rebounds. Hicks tries one from deep, off to the left. Zaitsev into Singletary. There's a Fang Chang. Achi will try the 3 in transition. No good. Fancy passing by the Braves leads to a foul underneath.
Well, this is something we've seen all season. The Braves bigs run with a purpose. Great sprint by Li Mongshui right there, knowing that Big Z will be down there on the roll. Nice look, sending him to the line.
Derek will come back in the game. In for Stephen Hicks. Kenny Chen will also leave for Anthony Tucker. The Dreamers have committed 5 fouls in the quarter. The Braves in the bonus for the rest of 100 seconds. Did I get that right, Coach?
Look at that math. Showing off now, Ryan.
Made free throw for Zaisev.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting here. We have Anthony Tucker coming back in the game, probably playing the 3. Probably moving him off the ball a little bit, see if he can get going a little bit here in this third quarter.
Made free throws for Zaisev, brings his point total to 22. So we got 2 20-point scores for the Braves. One of the highs we've seen previously was in a matchup with the Taoyuan Pilots, having 3 guys score in the 20s. Woo Sung-wei from his favorite spot in the corner. 2 Dreamers crash into each other for the offensive rebound. I'll end up in the hands of the Braves.
But once again, we see Anthony Tucker demanding so much attention. Teammates not able to hit shots.
Zheng Xiangjun, look what I found down low.
Yeah, you mentioned early Mike Singletary leading the team in assists. Great look there. Great cut by Zheng Xiangjun, working off that post move.
6 assists for Singletary. Tucker down the tank, pulling his way inside.
Yeah, the tank bulldozing his way into 2 points there.
Hard to imagine the Braves with the thickness to go up against Tank, besides Michael Singletary perhaps. So Bayu in the game and makes his shot. Foul committed, that's Lai Ting-un. Very aggressive defender. Singletary will sit for Jet Zhang Zhongxian, and now it is a, we call it a Mandarin Chen Buntu, all domestic players. Anthony Tucker, the only import for the Dreamers.
Yeah, Braves still with the foul to give here at the end of the third quarter.
Lai Ting-un, Min Junji. They'll get it back. Challenge on the left side. Derek will attempt the 3 and hit. 3 seconds left. Still in the front court. Lai Ting-un's wild shot above the basket. That'll be it for the third quarter. Braves with 90, Dreamers with 61. That's a 29-point lead. So fourth quarter coming up. Support the Plus League in our inaugural season by liking the stream. Get to watch more Ihor Zaisev do work. Of course, a huge presence defensively, also showing off his driving ability. Always there was his outside touch.
Yeah, the former MVP of the SBL, the local league here in Taiwan, obviously adjusting very well to this new Plus League, adjusting so well that he doesn't need to be on the court at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Sticking with the Chen Buntu, that's Chen, that means all, and Buntu meaning this land, I believe, if we just directly translate word for word. Anthony Tucker, the only import in the game. Held scoreless so far. That would be a first. You know, they say the good scorers will always find their way, but the Braves holding Professor Tucker to 0 for 5 so far.
Yeah, I think the most impressive part of that stat is he's only gotten up 5 shots so far. Again, the best way to keep a guy from scoring is obviously to not get him get any shots.
In for the first time in a long time, that's Chen Zhenjie, number 0. Getting on the box score with a steal.
And that's what being down 29 points will do to a coach. Get some guys who haven't seen the court in a long time, give them some opportunities, see if something magic happens.
Tucker, still scoreless, missing the 3, pokes it out of bounds.
Yeah, the Braves very fortunate on that possession. A little miscommunication defensively between the two rookies, not stepping up on that pick and roll. Tucker just not able to make the shot.
Zhenjie went to Grandview University and has been with the Dreamers since 2020 as a number of rookies. Derek in the game now. Working inside, now with the right hand and in.
Nice footwork shown right there by the local big. Derek again showing his scoring prowess this season.
Tokoi from the top, getting a Zhenshan screen. Swing it over to Brendan Smart. He'll shoot the mid-range off the target. Zhenshan would have had the rebound, but Aji spoils that, pokes it out of bounds.
Yeah, those two players obviously very familiar with each other's games.
Leitingen will inbound it all the way up to Zhenshan, sporting a wavy haircut. Didn't see that previously until, was it a week ago or was it 2 weeks ago?
I'm just gonna have to trust your judgment on that one, Ryan.
Tank reaching in for the foul, his second. Dreamers switching everything. See Zhang Dongxin. Missed the outside shot, but Brendan Smart there for the rebound. Now Leitingen's trying to cut through the middle and hit the inside shot.
And that's something that Aji, number 11 for the Dreamers, is going to have to do a better job of. We've seen him being very physical, getting up defensively, getting called for a foul earlier in the game. That time just getting blown by the Braves Leitingen.
Tang shoveling into Aji. Leitingen all over. Coaches the foul. These two little guards, so shifty. That time, Leitingen getting the best of Aji.
And that's something that he's going to learn. Again, being a rookie, limited playing time here. That's something he's going to have to figure out if he's going to be able to contribute to this Dreamers team.
Tucker trying to make his way in the middle. There's his first points of the game in the fourth.
Yeah, that's something that the Dreamers could have used a little earlier in the game. Hopefully he can get some momentum going into this next weekend of games.
In the middle. And Crafty with the left hand Zhenshan.
Yeah, great footwork shown right there by the rookie. Able to evade the flopping defense of the Dreamers.
Let me ask you, Coach, how long ago do you think it was when the first time a player actually flopped and got the offensive foul? I'm thinking about that. Could that go all the way back to the 90s?
That's in the 90s. Everybody was too busy fighting to flop.
Okay.
It's a recent, these last 20 years or so, when some of the Europeans have come to the NBA, the flopping has started to get a little more prevalent in basketball.
Amigo in the game sees Brendan Smart fly by and bricks that shot way long.
Yeah, Amigo obviously a little cold from sitting on the bench for so long. Needs to warm up a little bit, that 35-year-old body of his.
Riding Brendan Smart right in front of us. Kick ball. 14-second shot clock reset. I talked to one of the coaches of the Dreamers. He said an emphasis for J.J. Chen is on the defensive end.
See the Dreamers still being very active. Derek right there with a good job on the switch. Chen with the active hands and feet.
Chen, his familiar mid-range. Tucker with the rebound. The 2 points already. His green shoes against Jets. Is that neon yellow shoes? It's Jet from the corner. Airballs it. Poked. A little bit of interesting dodgeball there as Tucker flies into the courtside seats.
Yeah, we can see the Dreamers still being very active defensively, getting hands on all these balls, tips, deflections, creating the turnover right there.
Not only did he lead to the loose ball, but also threw it off of Jet out of bounds. Want to see that one again later as J.J. Chen challenges Chen and one with the right hand.
See, after struggling with that air ball from the corner three, getting a nice effect there on that drive to the basket.
For the afternoon matchup, we'll see the Hsinchu Jiekou Lioneers against the Taoyuan Pilots. Over here in Changhua, we'll be back after a break.
掌声送给佛蒙萨 Stacy 精彩的表演，谢谢。
February 6th, back here in Changhua, where the Braves will match up again with these Dreamers. The Lioneers challenge the Pilots in Taoyuan. Then the road teams will swap on Sunday. You can watch it all on here on YouTube with the Plus League. Julius talking it over with Coach Yang. His English name is Troy.
Trying to figure out something here in this fourth quarter. Maybe not something that'll help him in this game, but maybe something that'll help him next weekend when you see the same matchup between these two teams.
Made free throw for J.J. Chen, and one is completed.
See, after Anthony Tucker getting on the board, Coach Julius getting me out of the game, putting Stephen Hicks back in there.
Brendan Smart with the right-hand finish, his first 2 points of the game. So, funny enough, only Chen Wenting for the Braves is held scoreless and is disqualified for coming back in the game. Derek with mid-range, 2 points.
That's something that hopefully he can build on. Again, playing with more and more confidence offensively. Derek definitely giving the Dreamers a scoring punch.
I think earlier in the season, he's taken a number of three-point shots when the 把握度, the accuracy wasn't there. Zhang Dongxian shows off his three-point shooting.
Yeah, he's definitely playing with more confidence. Derek Lee, that is. Again, knowing that he's going to be on the court, he's going to be able to get some good shots up. As you see, Jay Chen miss another three. Again, that's something that these Dreamers are trying to do. They're trying to get some of these younger players, some of these players who maybe previously didn't have experience, an opportunity to get better on the court.
Subbing one veteran for another is Winston in for Zhang Zhongxian. He's conducting the huddle behind the free throw.
Winston, the local boy, loves coming back to his college hometown, playing in front of his fans.
First free throw goes down. Stephen Hicks, 24 points, 17 rebounds. Statistically, a very productive player.
Yeah, and he's another guy it's taken a little while, one, for him to get back into shape after not playing for a while and being in quarantine, and two, to just try and figure out this Dreamers offense and how they play.
Winston with the right-handed runner.
And that's something we've seen these Braves do continuously. Just get into that middle of the defense and be able to punish them.
Brendan Smart looks off of the shot. Former teammates Lin Junji losing track of him and alley-oop to the rim.
Yeah, very little defensive awareness there from the weak side on that backdoor cut.
Now, Coach, let me ask you, game do you think Brendan Smart would benefit from emulating and working towards?
I think at this point he can actually look at his teammate Zheng Xiangjun right now. Again, just playing with a lot of energy, doing his work defensively and on the rebounding end. They're not going to run any plays for him. They're not going to go to him offensively. He's just got to find opportunities like he just did, cutting without the ball and being an energy player for this veteran Fubon Braves team.
Out of bounds, out of bounds light team, stepping on the sideline. Not quite the variety that confuses me. Back pivot and the aggressive drive. Anthony Tucker in the game and will receive up top.
Yeah, despite it being a 31-point game, we can see both teams going offense to defense substitutions. Jet being on the court anytime Anthony Tucker's on there.
Lin Junji still struggling with the shot, missing that time. 0 for 6 so far for the youngster. Jet falling away, rolling in and out. Kenny Chen boxing out. Much bigger Chen Xiangjun. Derek with a rim run and blows it at the rim. Looks like we'll have interference. Oh, slapping the backboard. Goaltending. You know, if you're a shot blocker, that's probably part of your unofficial stats is how many goaltends you have.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of goaltends from local bigs here in Taiwan. But again, they're slapping the backboard, getting it to shake a little bit. We'll give Derek some credit and say that's why that shot missed.
All right, that's actually Brendan Smart. Lighting in from the corner. Off to the left. Five minutes to go. Braves with a comfortable lead. Kenny fouled at the rim. Didn't look like he had an angle.
No, and that's where these rookie bigs are going to have to learn. Like you said, no angle there at all for Kenny Chen. Really no reason to come down and attack the ball. Just force him to take a tough shot.
Knocking in the first free throw. Chen Kunni. 7 points on the afternoon, 2 of 5 shooting. Link's at 8 points. Trying to make it the 4th player into double digits. The others are Li Dewei, Hicks, and Yang Jing. He's been held to 18 points in a long time since he's up that point total. A little bit of fight in the middle, and Tucker comes away with it. Brendan Smart in the middle that time with a turnover. Achi from the left side. Still coming away with nothing.
Yeah, Aji continues to struggle. One of the most highly anticipated rookies coming into this Plus League. An MVP in the college league here in Taiwan. Really struggling to find his place in this Plus League.
Jet will try off the offensive rebound. JJ looking off the shot. Much larger Brendan Smart guarding him. Can't find any room. Junji behind the back. To Kenny, they're just playing one-on-one now. Chen Xiangjun will come away with it.
Well, we mentioned earlier, these Braves are just going to pack it in the paint.
This dunk by Brendan Smart with an opportunity for some showtime.
Yeah, but that's something that he's going to regret because his teammates are not going to let him forget about that shot.
Very, very slight makeup, skying high for the rebound. Chen Xiangjun, after missing the three, will try the mid-range too. Winston guarding Achi, poking me out of the bounds.
But that's where, despite your team being down almost 30 points, Aji's got to know, I just got to use this time to get myself back in the flow of things. Kind of build some of that confidence I had in college, find myself here back on the court because the Dreamers are going to need him going through the rest of this season.
Number 8, Zhou Huiyu checks in. Really the only experienced player, Zhang Dongxian for the Braves. In a sense, they've emptied the bench, but in another sense, they're really just getting all their young guys playing together. Brendan Smart collects the rebound.
Again, very obvious this Fubon Braves coaching staff has said if Tucker's on the court, Jet's going to be on the court, regardless of how many points we're up by. Jet's doing a nice job defensively.
Right now with Wambuotsu guarding him, he's sizing him up, counting down the shot clock. Will take the three, off the mark. Wambuotsu down low. At least one positive takeaway. The Dreamers are winning the fourth quarter.
Oh, with just a dominant defensive performance, holding these Braves to 13 points in the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, a little bit too late.
Well, that makes it 15 points. Zhang Dongxian with the left hand. Pick and roll. Going high. Junji able to catch. They'll run down the shot clock. JJ with the right hand, a little overshot. Wambuotsu with the rebound. Kenny getting Brendan Smart in the air and coaxing the foul.
Yeah, but you mentioned earlier where Brendan Smart can make his mark on the game. Right there. Missing the box shot, not being able to get the defensive rebound, getting caught in the air, sending Kenny Chen to the line. That's something that he's got to use this time and improve on.
I think one thing that maybe Kyle Julius wants out of Kenny is be a little bit tighter on the perimeter defensively. He'll get matched up with the likes of Jet Chang or Michael Singletary. Guards and wings that might be bigger than him, but he's got to find a way to defend.
Yeah, he's a willing defender. Sometimes he just gets a little bit caught up in the one-on-one matchups. Again, it's tougher for them too because there's nobody behind them to kind of mop up their mistakes.
One way to get a young guy on the score is Brendan Smart getting offensive rebounds and the putback.
And that's an easy way for him to put his mark on the game. Just being an energy player, getting his hand on these balls and putting them back in the basket.
Back and forth, and Kenny Chen dribbles it off with a foot. To the hoop. Nice block by Anthony Tucker. A little bit slow, but he'll come up eventually. Everything looks all right. Well, Tucker's not a prolific shot blocker, but he'll get the hand on the ball early. That's how he gets his blocks.
Yeah, Jet just serving it up for him on that possession.
Smart with the mid-range right from the inbound. Chen Xiangjun, too tall for Wambuotsu. Down and one.
Again, that's just a heart issue right there. Chen Xiangjun is still competing with 1:23 left in the game. Tank just getting outworked there on the offensive boards.
That time the bigger body of Tank giving Jack the bump. Not enough to get him off the mark. Made bucket, but missed, and one free throw. Approaching the 1 minute mark left in the game. Kenny tries for three, and it's wet. Kenny with his first made three of the game. So Guiyu to Smart. They read that one, setting up for a Chen Xiangjun. 5 seconds left. And Brendan Smart, Kenny Chen on him. Turnaround shot. Little too strong. Jet flies in for the putback.
Again, the Braves just not letting up on the gas here in the fourth quarter, continuing to battle on the offensive glass.
They set the league high in scoring previously against the Dreamers. Aji with a tough step back.
Yeah, Aji finally being able to get on the board. Hopefully we can build on that and have a nice performance this week in practice and then contribute in the games next week for the Dreamers.
Zhang Dongxin dribbling it out. The shot clock and game clock still a little bit of difference. Looks like the Braves are content with allowing this turnover.
Yeah, the Braves are content about a lot of things in this game today. Great overall performance defensively and offensively for the #1 team in the league.
Tucker will throw it to Aji. That'll be the end of the game. Braves dominate again, sweeping the weekend and moving themselves to 10-1 on the season. The Dreamers miss an opportunity to go for a winning streak. All the guys that got on the court played hard and got a good result. 111 points in all, almost 50% shooting. Taipei Fubon Braves, the Dreamers on the other hand, 30 for 90. That works out to be 33% shooting from the field. Just a dominant performance overall. The Dreamers had no answers, really.
Yeah, the game started out with a little bit of ugliness from that Sungwon Ding elbow, and it just got uglier and uglier for the Dreamers out there, losing by 27.
Probably a performance just that they want to flush away and forget about are the Dreamers. We're being told we have a player interview getting organized soon enough. Actually, it'll be Coach Roger who'll be getting some screen time. Later, we'll remind everyone, are the Hsinchu Jiko Lioneers against the Taoyuan Pilots. That's in Taoyuan. Big factor in the game, the contributions of Michael Singletary and Igor Zaitsev, a combined 49 points. Rather high total for the Braves, who may not count on, but predictably get a lot of production from the likes of Beast, Lin Zijie, or Taiwan Chen, or Jet, Zhang Dongxin. Now we're ready. There's Coach Roger. Asked about the perfect record for the Braves on the road, 7-0. How did they manage to keep
讲完教练刚才也把我要讲的话全部讲完，他的确分析得非常好了。那他的确一个人要守他并不是那么容易，不过中线他的脚步非常快，然后中锋的一些协防也是今天防守的重点。
Big key, Roger says, is defense by Zhang Dongxin. Jet does a good job guarding Professor Tucker one-on-one. Now asked about
我想我们客场比赛像这种比较硬的2连战啊，第一场5点，第二场2点半，我们第一场一定全力求胜，那第二场我就会让一些像自己38岁啊或者文成这种，就尽量能够轮休就让他们轮休，因为毕竟这样比赛有点对他们的体能负荷是相当大的。
It's hard on the body and give the chance for the veterans to take a break. Now asked about the transition to go from maybe a university player into this professional level of competition, especially the guys on his teams, how they've made their development playing for the Taipei Fubon Braves. What are the biggest
所以就
adjustments they
从
need to
基
make?
本啊，就是训练做起，不要觉得说有比赛我就一定可以上场比赛。你要从最基本的训练开始，用最谦虚的态度，然后去做一些训练。那当然，球队老大哥要以身作则。像今天文成都可以去打到替补，那你这些年轻球员凭什么说我上来就一定要打到先发？所以我觉得心态跟训练上面在平时是非常重要的。那我觉得我们球队的每个年轻球员都有自己的特色，包含廷恩的超节、过于的防守拼劲，然后祥军最近的一些进步，我觉得每个年轻球员都有他自己好的一面。
During game days. Now asked about how he'll
当然
approach
就是
the
一场一
rest
场
of the
来，因为其实
season.
年前我们有8场球，当时有跟球队做一些设定啊，希望大家在年前能够拼一个好的成绩，然后能够好好的休息几天，因为我们毕竟真的年长的球员比较多。那客场还有下礼拜还是会来到彰化，然后再去桃园。相信这2场球就是等于跟他们2队都是2连战啊，还是会去做一些准备。谢谢。
Still got 2 road games next weekend. That'll be the focus for them for now. Thanks, Coach Roger, for joining our broadcast. I'm Ryan Chen along with Coach Ben. Really a rough game for the Dreamers. Would you say it's a good game for the Braves?
Yeah, I think anytime you can win by almost 30 points is a good game. Again, they showed their full team effort today. Everybody on the bench having a great performance. Even the coaching staff doing a great job with some adjustments, not letting Tucker get going. And that's what these Braves have shown being able to do this entire season. Great job by the #1 team in the league.
They'll match up again next week. Any idea as to what the Dreamers could do to better improve their chances?
Make some shots.
That sounds like a good plan, Coach. They were only 8 for 44 from 3, 22 for 46. Not bad from 2. In the end, that's not good enough against the top team in the league, the Taipei Fubon Braves. We'll be back with more in the postgame.
感谢你们站在前线，让我们都能好好生活。
谢谢你们守护大家的健康，你们也要好好照顾自己。
所有的医护人员辛苦了，你们也要保重自己。
感谢第一线的医护人员，你们的坚持，有你们真好。
谢谢你们站在前线，让我们都能好好生活。
感谢医护人员的坚持，有你们真好。
感谢医护人员的坚持，辛苦你们了。
谢谢你们站在最前线，医护人员加油！
在这边想要谢谢所有的医护人员，有你们辛苦的付出，我们才可以在这边继续的打球。谢谢你们，
谢谢你们站在前线，让大家能好好生活。
感谢你们守护大家的健康，你们也要。
I want to thank all the medical doctors and nurses for keeping us safe during this time. We appreciate you. Keep going. 加油。
Thanks for watching the 20th game in the Plus League regular season. Next up, Hsinchu Jiekou Lioneers at Taoyuan to take on the Taoyuan Pilots. I think we're pretty done talking about this game. Coach, any thoughts for the next matchup coming later in about half an hour?
It's going to be a big game. Obviously, both teams coming off of a loss. The Lioneers still trying to find themselves after that big win against this Fubon Braves team. The Pilots struggling a little bit with these last 2 games. So, big game right here coming up at 5 o'clock local time.
Still a chance for all the teams in competition as 3 teams will make it to the Plus League playoffs. The English broadcast will be back next week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll say goodbye.